Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Yeah, I've been missing for about 10 days, I guess, and a few people that I've left comments on their videos have wondered if I'm still in Alberta or BC. They weren't quite sure. Anyway, I've been back home for about 10 days now, and well, today's Friday, so I got back home last Tuesday, or last Monday evening, but I didn't actually officially get home until Tuesday. And 3 hours difference one way, 3 hours difference back again, and jet lag and all that sort of thing. I was recuperating from that and puttering around the house and trying to get the vapor barrier around the skirting for the house and things like that. Putting up with rain and chilly weather and wet wood and all that kind of thing. And I don't take you guys around for everything. Um, I did, excuse me, 2 days ago was my dad's 84th birthday. He's in heaven now. And I was going to do a video, excuse me, about resilience. And anyway, I procrastinated and I was busy doing things and stuff like that out here in the yard. And by the time I gotten around to thinking about doing the video, I changed my mind. And I had all kinds of thoughts running through my head, right? When I think of resilience, I think of my father, and he passed along a lot of those traits to me, and his mother, my grandmother, same thing. And it got me thinking about my children that I was able to go be blessed to go see for Thanksgiving, our Canadian Thanksgiving, which was an amazing trip. Like I hadn't seen them for a year, and I met my little granddaughter Luna for the first time, and she's a beautiful little girl, and she's got the most amazing laugh. I wish I could share a video of that with you guys, but as you know, I don't put videos of my grandkids on my channel anymore. But anyway, I was very blessed to be able to enjoy their company, and thank you very much for my family for paying for the trip and all the particulars to get me out there. I really had such a wonderful time, and we'll cherish those memories for sure. And a happy birthday again to my daughter Jamie, who celebrated her birthday last Tuesday. She's a most amazing mom. Wow, you know, little Miles, he's just so busy now. He'll be 2 in January, and the energy that that little fella has is crazy. And now little Luna, I mean, she's 9 months old now, and she's not quite walking yet, but she's going to be on his heels pretty soon. And the two of them together, they're going to be like a firestorm. Anyhow, and so all these thoughts running through my head about resilience and my family and stuff like that, and my daughter Jamie and her boyfriend Nick and the two kids and them relocating from Ontario to Alberta to start a new, life in a more affordable place to live and different things like that. So I've had lots of thoughts running through my head lately, and sometimes when you have your thoughts that are scattered like that, it's hard to sort of turn on the camera and just have a subject, pick a subject, right? When there's like literally 10 different subjects going through my head. And so anyway, here I am today. I'm just biting the bullet, biting the bullet, so to speak, and just turning on the camera to show you guys what I've been up to. I'm sitting here. It's a sunshiny day at the moment. Apparently, in a couple days, we're supposed to get nonstop rain for 3 days in a row. So just taking advantage of enjoying the sunshine, but I can't sit in the sunshine and look at the camera, and it's got to be the right angle or you guys aren't going to be able to see anything. So I'm going to take you around here in a minute. But anyway, just getting back to this topic about resilience, excuse me, I just wanted to say I don't tell you guys everything, and I don't turn on the camera for every single, little activity I do, because if I did, I would never get anything done. And sometimes we get in our head and, oh, it's not the right moment, and I don't look very good, and oh, they're sick of me wearing the same hat all the time, and I got the same work clothes on, and sometimes you let these thoughts just get the better of you. And I couldn't care less. but sometimes I think that you guys do, and I really don't think you do, but anyway. So I don't tell you guys everything that goes on in my life. And a few videos ago, I told you that, I wasn't going to be able to age in place here on my homestead in rural New Brunswick, and that's true. I'm not going to be. I did say that I had somebody that was coming to stay for the winter, and that I was going to be going to Alberta, moving to Alberta right away. And that's not going to be the case anymore. No one's coming to live here for the winter because I've made the decision that I really don't want somebody living here for the winter and then me having to turn around and make arrangements and plans to come back again next year, to put the property up for sale, or to have to deal with that on a long distance basis. I just don't like that feeling. So I don't feel that my property is it's good timing, I guess, right now. I mean, we're just going into November and winter's going to be coming. So most likely I'll be staying here for the winter and, putting it on the real estate market probably early part of spring or late winter kind of thing. I'm going to play that by ear. I have a few jobs that I need to get completed inside the house. I have two upper cabinets in the kitchen that I need to remove off the walls, and I need to rebuild my toilet seat area that I have my compostable toilet. I have two different seats, and anyway, I made the frame, and the frame is too small. So basically, when you go to sit down, it's like you're sitting down way too low, and my back doesn't like that very much. So that has to completely come out and be redone. And fortunately, I do have a different frame, a taller frame that I can use, probably for that. And so until I get those two jobs done, I'm probably not going to be putting it on the market, the real estate market. And when it does go on the market, who knows how long it's going to take to, well, God knows how long it's going to take to sell. Could be right away, might be 6 months, could be a year. I don't know. I don't, but in the meantime, I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing. I'm going to be decluttering. I'm going to be going through stuff, and I'm going to start packing things up and getting them ready. Leave out the basics things that I'm going to need, obviously, for living. And that's about it. So, anyway, I think I was back in May that I had told you guys that I had lost my starter. That was an issue that I had. I lost the starter on the truck and I had to replace that. And because I live on a fixed income, it took me probably about 2.5 months to pay that off. So I think I got that paid off in like July or something like that. I know I only had about a 3 week reprieve, or 4 week reprieve, and then my front brakes went on the truck. So that got paid off last month. That was like almost a $450 touch, the front brakes. And I knew that what are they called? They're not called the quarter panels. I'll take you over and show you here in a minute. Anyway, the panels underneath the doors on the driver's side and the passenger side of my truck have rusted, and in quite a few areas they've rusted right through. And here in New Brunswick, Canada, we have to have a safety on our vehicles every 2 years. And mine happens to be coming due, I think it's December 4th. And because of that, rocket panels, they're called. So because the rocket panels are bad and they need to be replaced, I wouldn't pass the safety inspection, which means that my truck is going to be sitting empty. But anyway, to make a long story short, I did find somebody a couple of months ago that was going to be able to, they were going to order those rocket panels and the fenders that wrap around those rocket panels. And it was going to be pretty much the cost of the supplies and whatever the painting charges would be and stuff like that. It was going to be relatively inexpensive, but I've recently found out that I'm not going to be able to get that done with that individual, and that's okay. But I found out late. I literally only found out this week that I'm not going to be able to use them. which means that I'm going to have to go to somebody like an auto body shop that, um, anyway, my mechanic recently, not recently, a few months ago, had given me a name of a retired body man, which lives approximately 20 minutes from me. So I went to see him 2 days ago on Wednesday. And so I've got a quote for both sides of the truck, and it's going to be $1,500. So, which really, like, that means that I literally am going to be like 3 to 4 months saving up. Well, I mean, I can save up for it within 2.5 months, but that's going to stretch me really into January and February. And the reason I'm telling you all this is because, you know, sometimes you have to roll with the punches, roll with the flow, and go with the flow. What I had planned like earlier this year, I wanted to focus on, water conservation and getting different goals and things like that set up here on the homestead. I wasn't able to get accomplished because of all of these different other financial commitments that have come up with the truck. And sometimes that's how life goes, right? Sometimes we just have to roll with the punches. And so anyway, yeah. And the other thing would have been to basically just park the truck, and that's not good for the brakes, and that's why my brakes are going early anyway, because I don't drive my vehicle enough, right? I literally only go to town a couple times a month. So anyway, I'm not going to be traveling as much and spending. So, because you're on a limited budget, you're on a fixed income, you have to let something go so that you can save up, obviously, for this body work that I need to have done. And so the truck is going to be parked for a little while, and I'm going to be basically limiting my time to go to town. I used to go maybe 2, 3 times a month. Now I'm going down to one. And when I say that to you guys on a fixed budget, every time I go to town, it's like a $30 deal. So that's basically a savings of $60 right there. So, that's how I do things. And I don't know why I wanted to share that, because it's in my head. So anyway, I'm going to grab this tripod here, and I'm going to squash it down like so. There we go. You guys are going to be looking at the trees, maybe the little chipmunk. And I'm going to take the legs and I'm going to squish them back together here so that I can actually hold it like a selfie stick, and then I'll turn you around and show you what I'm up to and show you this beautiful fall day here. So yeah, look at that, guys. Isn't that gorgeous? Sun shining. And all right, so let's head on over here and I'll show you what I've been up to. I guess I'm going to show you the truck first of all, so you can see those rocket panels from here. And they're rusted right through. And so that's what he's going to be fixing. So this here is what's called the fender panel. These are the rocket panels there. So that's the passenger side. That's the side that's the worst. And initially I was going to actually get one side done at a time, but because my safety is due on the truck at the beginning of December, that means that it's not going to pass safety. So as you can see, this one isn't quite as bad on the driver's side, but it's as bad. I mean, it's bad. It needs to be fixed, right? And then he also told me this little spot right here, which is starting over my tire, it's bubbling. So apparently that's a $500 deal. So I'm really not going to worry about this one right now. That'll be in the new year, I guess, God willing. And so yeah, that's what's happening. So here we are at the front of the house. As you guys can see, I've got the pallets all wrapped up like little Christmas presents here. And I have to make a decision. The two that are right here by the door, I still have 3 more to do at the back side of the house. But I might take and move these two to the back because I don't really want to have snow, you know, going in there and building up over the winter. But anyway, there we go. So that's what I've been working on. And these big pieces of wood there, I plan on going over there and getting a bunch of them. And instead of pounding spikes in the ground, I'm just going to put the wood up against it. Like I have these two here, so I'll get 4 more pieces of wood to go there. And these pallets here are just here drying out so that I can bring them around to the back. And I've got, this is the east side. And I've got it all completed except for just the one on the corner. And then on the north side, I have to finish that off yet. But now that this job is almost mostly done, I can get my ladder out and I can redo the tuck tape here as far as I can reach. I can definitely do around the windows, which really needs to be done. And my sister's boyfriend, Sheldon, is coming to with his tractor, and he's going to be plowing this pile, this mound of dirt into this. Well, you can't tell that it's a 10-foot hole because I've been throwing whatever, tomato plants and this and that and the other thing in there. But it is a 10-foot hole, and that's just lightly sitting up there. But before we do that, I'm going to be emptying my humanure compost, I guess, and I'll talk about that in a separate video. And then it's all going to get covered over because I'm not going to be using that next year for gardening and that sort of thing. Yesterday or the day before that, I was able to come out with my circular saw, and I cut down I cut up some of this wood, and I actually used some of it, and some of it is salvageable. This is actually pressure treated wood, some of it's not. And I fixed my garbage bin out by the front road. So it's coming along. I still got some more work to do, but priorities, right, guys? So let's just go out here and have a look at this garbage bin, and I'll show you what I did with it. Yeah, and I got, so what do I have to do here? I do have some marigold seeds. If these are any good or not, I'm not sure yet. But I would like to collect some of those. And I don't know. This is the echinacea. And I think I can still actually manage to salvage some seeds from that. They haven't completely fallen apart yet. And I still have to get those straw bales broken down and spread out. But if I get it done, I get it done. And if I don't, I don't. I turned the garbage box around so it's facing the other way. And this is just a garbage bin that I made out of scrap wood that has been on the property, and I used pallet boards and stuff like that. Anyway, I don't know, 4 months ago, the wind was so strong here that it actually pulled these hinges off of this piece of plywood, and it pulled the screws right out of the plywood. And of course the lid went flying. So this thing is called I don't even know what they call it. I call it a swivel clasp hinge is what I call it. Right? And so that's going to keep, it should keep it from blowing off again anyway. And if anything, it'll help in the summertime with the raccoons, because I can just close that swivel like so. Hopefully you guys can see this video. But it was a challenge because I took some of that scrap wood and I mounted it here, along here, and then I put in some pressure treated screws for outside to go down into there. But because this swivel clasp or whatever was right there, I had to take my sawzall and cut a wee hole in there. Anyway, you do what you got to do, right? So there we have it. And I hope that's showing up in the camera. So it looks okay. I think it looks all right. So that was one job that I got done, and I got it moved around. As you can see where it used to be, it used to, by looking at the ground, it used to go the other way. And right here, I have a reflective strip inside that I need to screw on there because there is no light or anything like that at night here. And when you're backing up, that reflective thing that I'm going to put on there, I'll actually see it, especially in the winter time too. So this is the other project that I need to fix. It was quite a challenge a few years ago to drag all of these railway ties over here. And I don't know what's, I guess the mailman, like you can see, like when you see that. So I got to come out here and I actually have to hammer that all back together. And I did have it so that it was this way, but I don't know, the pulling of it, I guess, with the mailman has made it go all cockeyed like that. So anyway, let me turn you around and say goodbye. Yeah, now that the sun's in my face, hopefully, no, that's not going to work for you guys either. Anyway, thanks for joining me today, guys. That's a few things that I've been up to. Sorry for rambling. Anyway, I just had to get a few thoughts out of my brain. So we'll see you next time. And I'll be talking about the compost situation, human or whatever. I just call it a shitty situation. Anyway, till next time. Bye for now.